Hi, and welcome to Yoga to You Wellness Weekly. This week, we're focusing on some hip space, some hip freedom. Specifically, we are going to be playing around with the iliopsoas muscle group. These two muscles combined create a really powerful hip flexor. So anatomically, if there are issues in this muscle group, it can cause some lower back pain, feelings of instability. It can also impair breathing because that psoas is attached to the diaphragm. But energetically, this muscle group is right around our second chakra, our sacral chakra. And this is our center of creativity, of sensuality, sexuality, but it is also about how we move through life. Do we move freely? Are we adaptable? Or do we feel stuck? So we will activate this muscle group by finding some flexion and extension around the hips. So as always, remember that this is your class. You listen to your body. If you want to do anything else, feel free. If you have questions about modifications, feel free to email me to reach out, and I will gladly assist you. We will begin with a meditation, a little sacral chakra meditation, and then get into some movements. So enjoy, breathe, and have some fun. We'll begin this hip space practice by finding a comfortable seat. So if you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, you could head that way. You can always sit on a block or a blanket to bring hips a little higher than the knees. Sometimes that's more comfortable. We're going to find our hands here in a meditation mudra by placing our right hand in our left and bringing our thumbs together. Then placing our hands in our lap. From here, your eyes might close or your gaze might come slightly down. We just want to find ourselves really comfortable here in a seated position and taking a moment to feel yourself grounding through your hip bones. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths. That's a full inhale, fill the lungs. Open the mouth, audible exhale. Full inhale. Audible exhale. Full inhale. Audible exhale. From here, breath and focus right to the sit bones. Feeling yourself grounding here. If you like, you can visualize roots coming out of the sit bones, heading into the earth, allowing yourself to become a little more grounded. On an inhale, we'll bring the palms up the front of the body, stopping right below the belly button. And on the exhale, hands come right back down. Activating our second chakra, inhaling arms up. And exhaling hands back down. You might start to visualize energy coming up from the earth into your second energy center, back down on the exhale. A few more rounds here. As we activate this chakra that is associated with our iliopsoas muscle. Our second energy center. And a few more breaths here. Lifting, inhale, arms up. And exhale down. Inhaling, lifting hands up to the belly button. And back down. From here, placing hands on the lower belly, below the belly button. Maybe feeling the warmth of your hands around the space. If you like, you could visualize the color of orange swirling around the space in the belly. That is the color of the sacral chakra. Just finding this energy connection here. A few more breaths. Feeling this activation of the second chakra, your eyes can start to flutter open here. Maybe you keep them closed. We're going to take our hands palms down on the legs. You can continue to sit on your block or your blanket if you have one, or continue to sit on the floor. On the inhale, we're going to find an arch here. These are seated cat-cows. On the exhale, pull belly into spine. So we inhale, we arch. And exhale, round. Good. So you can take this as big or as small as you want to go. Really start to activate the hips if you want, finding some rounding and some opening. Or you might keep it really close to the spine. A few more breaths. And one more here. Our spinal flexion and extension will open here. Inhale. Exhale, pull belly into spine and close. Coming into that neutral spine. If you're seated on a block or blanket, go ahead and remove that. And if you'd like to turn to face long way on your mat, we'll bend the knees, grabbing behind our knees, rolling down onto our spine from here, one vertebrae at a time. Keeping our feet planted on the floor. Hands down by side, palms down for this one. Go ahead and feel the inner thigh engagement here. Maybe pretend like you have a block between the knees, or maybe actually put a block there if you'd like. On an inhale, we're going to press into the heels and lift the hips. And on the exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. So for this particular exercise, we're going to really engage the glutes to lift up on the inhale. This will allow the lengthening of that iliopsoas muscle. And on the exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. You can, if you like, press into the hands on the inhale to lift. Still engaging the glute for this one. Exhale, rolling down. A few more rounds here. Finding flexion and extension of these hip flexor muscles. And playing with bridge with our breath. A few more rounds. Make this last one your biggest one as we inhale, lift hips. And exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Taking a moment here to windshield wiper the knees, taking them side to side, allowing the back to neutralize. From here, we'll bring both knees into the chest, a nice squeeze of the knees. Feeling lower back elongate here. We'll leave right knee in the chest as we extend the left leg long, extending through the left heel. Continue to reach through the left heel as you pull the right knee into the chest. And inhale, we'll bring left knee into the chest to join the right. And exhale, we'll extend the right knee long. Same thing, keep extending through the right heel as we pull left knee into chest. Breathing, elongating, finding space here. And inhale, we'll bring right knee into chest. Maybe you rock side to side here with the knees pulled in, a little spinal massage as we activate either side of our spine. And then we'll begin to rock forward and back. Little gentle rocks to start. Eventually you'll rock yourself up into a seat and keep coming forward until you find yourself in your tabletop. So we'll come over top of the knees here. Taking time to stack shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Pressing tops of the feet into the floor, finding your cat-cows here. On the inhale, we drop stomach and look up. On the exhale, press into the floor and round, pulling belly in. Inhales, we arch, look up. And exhales, we round. Really working with your breath here. Your breath might be faster than mine. It might be a little slower. It's your practice. Work with you and your body. One more here. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Coming into a neutral tabletop, we're going to bring our feet, our toes, over to the left as we look over our left shoulder here. So you might feel this elongating the right side body. An inhale brings things back through center as our feet head over to the right. We're looking over right shoulder. Maybe elongating here through the left side body. And coming back to center. A little release with a cat-cow. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Inhaling into a neutral tabletop. Bringing the right hand a little closer to center. We're going to inhale, left arm up. Finding big circles toward the back of the room. Some mobility here in the arm. So you can take this as fast or as slow as you want to go. Hang out somewhere. If it feels better for you to rotate in the other direction, go for it. Might feel good for you to find a bend, a little windshield wiper. Next inhale, we'll twist open wide, left fingertips heading toward our ceiling. On the exhale, needle through the right arm. You're taking left shoulder on the mat. Right fingertips here can walk toward the top of the mat, finding some more space. And when you are ready, right hand is coming back into the chest. To press you open, twist one more time, left fingertips toward the ceiling. Lowering to a tabletop and a cat-cow here to release. Neutral tabletop from here, left fingertips, left hand, maybe toward the middle, right in front of the face. We'll inhale, right arm up, finding big circles from here to the back of the room. Again, maybe you find somewhere you want to hang out to stretch and reach. Otherwise, we're finding some mobility with this rotation of the joint. Next, inhale, twist you open, right fingertips toward the ceiling. And exhale, needle right arm underneath of left. Right shoulder is on the mat. Our left fingertips maybe walking toward the top of the mat. Only if that feels right for you. Good. Left hand will come back into chest. We inhale, right fingertips to ceiling, twisting open again. Coming down into a tabletop. Finding your cat-cow to release. From here, it's a neutral tabletop. Go ahead and tuck those toes and find your downward facing dog. This is our upside down V.
And pedal heels, bending one knee at a time. We're pressing the opposite heel into the mat. Feeling some stretch and lengthen through the back side body. If you need to hang out on one side, please do. And when you're ready, we'll find an inhale up on those toes. Walking feet to your hands, we'll find a forward fold, top of the mat. So from here, we take a deeper bend in the knees, taking hands on the knees. We're going to inhale the left arm up and straighten the left leg a little, sitting left hip back. Option to take the right hand on the floor or on a block. As we booty tooch out here, our left hip. Nice, breathe, reach. And exhale, lowers the left hand. We inhale, right arm up, sitting right hip back, left knee bends again, left hand maybe on the knee, on the floor, or on a block. So we find some space here in the right hip. You might be hearing from your IT band here, maybe the outer glute. And exhale will fold you forward here. We'll find some length on the inhale, straighten legs, touch the legs somewhere, long spine. And exhale will fold you deeper forward. We press into the feet and inhale, arms above your head. And hands come to heart center from here. And take a nice breath. Half sun A's. We inhale, arms up. Fold forward on your exhale. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, we fold. Press into the floor, inhale, arms up. Hands come to heart center. And take a breath. Half sun A, lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Lengthen. We fold. Inhale, arms up. And hands come to heart center, right into it. Half sun A, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Lengthen here. Exhale, fold. We're coming up to standing here, arms above the head. And then we'll bring hands to the sacrum. So we're placing them high on the glutes here. From here, we find a little bend in the knees and then shift the hips forward, squeezing between the shoulder blades to find some space through the chest. Also maybe a little opening in the hip flexors. If you have the space, it feels fine in the lower back. Clasp the hands and open the shoulders a little more. Pressing hips forward, lift up and out of lower back, find space. On the exhale, no matter where hands are, we'll fold forward, deep bend in the knees. Beautiful. Good, we'll go ahead and release the arms here. Take a breath. We'll let blood flow back into our arms here from our shoulders. Find some space on the inhale, lengthen. Fingertips down, step back to your plank. And feel free to take a vinyasa from here. Vinyasa, lowering to the low plank. Pressing up here to a cobra. And tucking toes to find the downward facing dog. Just an option, it's always an option. You can always press to downward facing dog. Another beautiful option. Good. Inhaling up on the toes. On the exhale, we'll walk feet to hands, forward fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, arms above your head. And hands to heart center on the exhale. Sun A, press into the floor, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Lengthen here. Palm your mat, step back to your plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, vinyasa, or press to the downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale up on toes, walk to the top of the mat, exhale. Lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, arms above your head. Hands to heart center. And take a breath. Sun A, inhale, arms up. Fold forward on the exhale. Lengthen here. Exhale to the plank, hands down. Inhale in plank. Finish with a vinyasa or a downward facing dog. A breath. Inhale up on toes, walk, jump, or step to the top of the mat. Exhale. We lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. And we'll find a chair from here. So if you want, we work our big toes together here and sit back into chair. So know if it doesn't feel right for your hips to have the big toes together, separate feet a little, no worries. But we do make sure that our belly is pulled in, that we can see our toes, that our weight is in the heels, and we may be able to lift the toes. Belly in. Take a strong inhale here in chair. Fold forward on the exhale. Lengthen here. This time as hands come down, we'll lunge the left leg back. Taking a breath here in a runner's lunge. When you're ready, we drop the back knee, back toes untucked. Your option here, hands are by the front foot on the knee or overhead or maybe on some blocks. Always a good option with blocks. Bringing floor up to you. You can breathe here, finding some space in the front of the left hip. Nice. Good. From here, we inhale the left arm up. Your right hand can stay on a block, or maybe it comes into the right hip. We'll lift, side stretch toward the back of the room here, over toward the right. Getting maybe a little deeper into the iliopsoas muscle here. Maybe those top fingertips reach back a little. One more breath. Good. We'll inhale, arms back up, hands coming down on the blocks or on the floor. We're going to shift weight back into what's called a split prep. So we keep our left hip over our left knee, and then we extend our right foot forward a little if we have the space. Hello, hamstring. So we have the option here of bending the right knee. If you want more, you can always grab the top of the foot and pull back. We'll breathe here into the back of the right leg. Nice, good. One more breath. Shifting weight forward here, we'll tuck the back toes. We're going to find a cross-legged forward fold from here. So we step our left ankle behind our right so that our left pinky toe is in line with our right pinky toe. This front knee is bent. Option for hands on blocks. Hands might come on knees, but if you're looking for more, you would walk your upper body over toward the right. The stretch is in the back leg. A little deeper sciatic stretch. Hurts so good. We'll go ahead and bring the upper body back to center. Go ahead and unwind the feet. We'll find some length on the inhale here. Go ahead and palm your mat to find your plank. Inhale at the top of the plank. Finish with a vinyasa or press to the downward facing dog. Take a breath in down dog. And we'll inhale up on the toes. On the exhale, we'll walk our feet to our hands for a forward fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, arms above your head. And hands to heart center on the exhale. Find your chair, sit back, hang out. Good. Belly pulled in, shoulders down and back. Maybe your pinkies come in to open shoulders a little more. We'll take a strong inhale here. Fold forward on your exhale. Lengthen here. Palm to mat, the right leg is going to lunge back. Good. Take a breath here in this runner's lunge. And when you're ready, back knee drops, toes untuck. Again, option for hands are by the front foot, on the knee, or overhead, or on some blocks. So I'll say it 100 times, but your sides are different. So listen to what this side really needs. Doesn't have to be the same as the other. As we breathe into the right quad, right hip flexor here. Good. Nice. Beautiful. We'll take the left hand either on a block or into the left hip. Right arm is going to inhale up. And we'll take a side stretch toward the left here. Maybe feeling a little deeper stretch in the right quad, right hip flexor. Breathe. Okay. We inhale, arms back up. Taking hands down, we'll work toward the split prep. Hands either on the blocks or on the floor. Shift weight back. Again, right hip is over the right knee, and then we extend our left foot forward. Flexing left foot. Option for deeper would be to grab the back of the foot, pull forward, or pull toward you. Or maybe you need a little deeper bend in the left knee. Hello, calf on this side. Whew, breathe, beautiful. We're going to shift weight forward here, back toes tuck, finding that cross-legged forward fold. We step our right ankle behind our left, right pinky toe in line with left pinky toe. Again, front knee is bent. Option to take hands on the knees on some blocks. Looking for more, we'd walk our upper body toward the left. Nice. If you have some chatty IT bands, they may be talking here. We'll unwind the body here. Stepping feet side by side into a forward fold. Find some length on the inhale. Palm your mat to find your plank. Inhale in plank. Your vinyasa or your downward facing dog. Inhaling up on the toes. On the exhale, we'll walk to the top of the mat. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, fold. We're coming up to standing on our inhale. Hands to heart center. Inhale, chair, and exhale, fold. We lengthen on this inhale. Fingertips down, left leg lunges back. You have the option of lowering the back knee, or we inhale up into a crescent. Inner thighs, engage here. Lifting up nice and strong, beautiful, into a crescent. Very active back leg. Strong lift up through the arms here. From here, some goddess arms, or goalpost arms, as we squeeze between the shoulder blades. We might think about lifting up and out of lower back, finding some more space in the front of the left hip. Nice and engaged legs here. On the inhale, straighten the front leg. We extend arms up. Runner's lunge as we bring hands on either side of our right foot. Option again for hands on blocks. We're going to inhale the right arm up. Nice twist. Exhale, right hand down. We shift back into a 3-point. Engage the core to press the right leg up here. And then find a cheetah. We're in a plank, bringing knee to nose. Flex right foot here. Feel this powerhouse, which is your core. Engaging the third chakra. A 3-point on an inhale. As you lower into your plank, take an inhale here and finish with a vinyasa or a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhaling up on the toes. On the exhale, we'll walk, jump, or step to the top of the mat. I would prefer to walk. We find some length on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, arms above your head. Hands to heart center on the exhale. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lengthen here. On the exhale, we lunge the right leg back. So again, we can drop the back knee if you want. Otherwise, we engage inner thigh. Inhale up into the crescent. Feel how powerful you are, because you are. You're so strong. Next, exhale into goddess arms, our goalpost arms. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, finding space. Maybe lifting up and out of lower back. Chest maybe heading toward our ceiling. We inhale, front leg straight here. Arms reach up. We find a runner's lunge. Again, hands might come onto blocks as we inhale, left arm up here for the twist. So you want to continue to engage inner thighs in the twist. Definitely do not dump into this right hand, the one that's on the floor here. Breathe. Good. We'll lower left hand to the runner's lunge to find your 3-point. Press into the hands. We're going to extend left leg up. And then find the cheetah. We roll back into the plank. Pressing floor away, flexing left foot. Feel very powerful and strong. Good. Engaging here into the third chakra. Inhale into a 3-point. We lower into our plank. Take an inhale here. And finish with your vinyasa or your downward facing dog. We'll take a couple of breaths once you find your downward dog. This is going to be our sun bee variation, really playing with the breath. So remembering your breath will be different than mine. Your breath will be different than everyone else's. That's amazing. And also remember, it's your class. It's your practice. Hang out where you need to be. We're going to inhale up on the toes. Exhale, walk, jump, step, top of the mat. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, fold. As we inhale, arms above head. Hands to heart center. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lengthen. Left leg lunges back here. Next, inhale into crescent. Exhale, goddess arms. Front leg straight. Inhale. Runner's lunge. Inhale, right arm up for the twist. Exhale, runner's lunge. Your 3-point will be your inhale. Exhale to cheetah. 3-point inhale. Find your plank. Inhale here. Finish with a vinyasa or a downward facing dog. Nice. Inhaling up on toes. Exhale, walk, jump, step, top of the mat. Lengthen, inhale here. Exhale, fold. So we inhale, arms above head. Heart center. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lengthen here. Right leg lunges back, hands down. We inhale, crescent. Goddess arms. Front leg straight. Exhale, runner's lunge. We inhale, left arm up, twist. Exhale, runner's lunge. It's a 3-point inhale, left leg up. Exhale, cheetah. To a 3-point. To a plank. Take an inhale in the plank. Finish here, vinyasa or a downward facing dog. Take a breath or two. One more time through the sequence as we inhale high up on toes. On the exhale, walk, jump, step, top of the mat. Lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms above head. Hands to heart center. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lengthen here. Left leg lunges back, hands down. We inhale, crescent. Hello, goddess arms. Front leg straight. Exhale to a runner's lunge. Right arm inhales, twist. Exhale, runner's lunge, 3-point inhale. Cheetah on the exhale. 3-point. Exhale into plank. Take an inhale here. A vinyasa or a downward facing dog. Inhaling up on toes. Walk, jump, step, top of the mat. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms above your head. Heart center. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Lengthen. Right leg lunges back. We inhale, crescent. Goddess arms. Front leg straight. To a runner's lunge. Left arm inhales up. Runner's lunge to a 3-point, left leg up. Exhale, cheetah. To a 3-point. Exhale to a plank. Inhale here. Your vinyasa or your downward facing dog. So we'll take some breaths here to settle in. Feel free to come back to a child's pose or come to a child's pose. With knees apart, toes together, sitting back on the heels. You might reach fingertips forward here. We let breath and body settle. These pauses in between the movements, really important in class to let everything settle into the body, to let it absorb. We've been expanding and contracting some muscles, moving some energy through the body, letting yourself feel that here. Just experience what's going on. A couple more breaths. So whenever you're ready, making your way into your downward facing dog, we'll come up into a tabletop if you're in a child's pose, tucking toes and pressing to that downward dog. We're going to start today with the right leg coming into a crescent lunge. So when you're ready, we'll inhale the right leg up. On the exhale, step the foot between the hands. If it takes a couple of times to get the foot up there, take it. You can always drop the back knee here or engage the core, inhaling arms up into the crescent. So from here, we're going to play around with the arms. You can either grab an elbow in each hand, you could find goddess arms again, or you might find hands in prayer and drop them behind the head, only if it feels right in the shoulders. If hands are in prayer and drop behind the head, think about squeezing triceps into the ears and lifting here. But we have this nice stable base. We have our belly pulled into spine to protect lower back, and we might start lifting up and out of lower back, maybe working chest, rib cage more toward our ceiling, finding some space through the chest. And we're also opening here the left iliopsoas muscle. One more breath. Begin to release whatever arms you have here. On an inhale, we'll straighten leg and reach arms up. On the exhale, find the runner's lunge. Hands are coming down. And we'll find a twist and hold. Inhaling, right arm up. Again, left fingertips, left hand might be on the block to bring the floor up to you as we reach right hand toward the ceiling. From here, this top hand, right arm, start taking some circles, just because it feels good. Getting into some mobility in our shoulder, reach, belly is in, inner thighs engaged, keeping legs strong. And when you're ready, we're going to find a standing split. So we begin to shift weight forward, and we start to extend the top left leg through the heel as we fold over the standing right. Does not matter how high this top leg is, we're looking for length from hip through heel. So really extend through the heel. We also have the hips stacked here, left on top of right. Reach, breathe. Nice. And feel the opening in the hips here, because we're about to close them in into a Kundalini descent. From here, we start to squeeze our left quad into right hamstring, closing in, feeling this contraction. We think about our left heel into hamstring. We maybe think about hands to heart center if we want to play with balance, just an option. But we're nice and contracted here, belly pulled in. Hello, outer glute, IT band, yay. One more breath. Extending up here back into the standing split. Reach. You have the option this time to bend the top leg, finding more space in the front of the leg. If you have the balance here, you might reach with the right to grab the foot. Finding a little bow here. One more breath. Both hands are down, we lengthen up. And we're going to lunge this left leg way back into a runner's lunge to find a 3-point. Weight is going to shift back as right leg comes up. Yay, it was ready. Extend, bend the knee to open hip up here. We're going to inhale this right leg straight into a 3-point and find a runner's lunge. That's not true. We are going to lower the right knee to the floor here to find a modified side angle. So once we lower the knee, we're going to take the toes back a little to create a shelf. Right hand coming in line with the knee, extending out a little forward, and then we'll inhale left arm up for our modified side plank. Good. You want to feel nice and stable here. If you want, you can start to lift the left leg up, this top leg. Good. And if you want, you can find a half bow by bending this top leg, reaching back with the top hand, pressing hips forward, finding space in the shoulder and in the hip as we open. Breathe. One more breath. Good. Begin to release. Left toes coming onto the floor, so left hand comes down. You'll find yourself in a plank. Feel free to take a vinyasa here or press to your downward facing dog. So checking in this downward dog, making sure belly is pulled into spine. We'll inhale up on the toes. On the exhale, walk, jump, step, top of the mat. We find some length here. Exhale, fold. We're going to inhale, arms above your head. To find a mountain pose, on the exhale, hands will be down by your side. So take a moment to really ground here. Take a moment to take those shoulders down and back, squeeze, to help you find a little more grounding. We'll take hands onto the hips. I'll face you for this and sit here. We're going to shift weight into the left foot and cross right knee over top of left. This is eagle legs. You have the option of tapping the toe here or maybe wrapping if you have the balance. Arms are out. We take right underneath of left in a bear hug or eagle arms. Belly in, if we can, knees in line with ankles, in line with hips, in line with shoulders. As we sit, pull elbows up, pull hands away from the face, and breathe. It's going to be a slow unwind into a stork. You press into the standing leg to bring the left knee up. And we're going to transition into the opposite leg by finding a chair. So sit back here. As weight shifts into the right foot, you're going to bring the left knee up into a stork. And we're going to work toward our dancer. Right fingertips extend towards ceiling. We open the left palm up to grab the inside of the left ankle. Knees squeeze together from here. This is a great place to stay. If you want to come into a full or to a fuller pose, go ahead and kick into the hands and reach forward. Trying to keep those hips in a line. This is a really great hip flexor opener, shoulder opener. Good. Take it to an edge, to an extreme. This wall is messing with my balance. One more breath. We're going to slowly bring this knee back up into a stork. A lot of control in the right outer glute here. We're taking this right hand and grabbing outside of the left knee, opening up for a twist. You have the option of grabbing the foot instead and extending the foot forward. Breathe. Yeah. Don't watch me. One more breath. We're going to come into a runner's lunge here by lunging the left leg back. Both hands are coming down. Side plank facing our back wall. Left hand is coming down. Right arm coming up. You have the option of lowering to the right. Left knee. Good. Finding whatever side plank makes you feel the most powerful. Maybe lifting the top leg. Maybe coming into wild thing. You find something that makes you feel amazing. So we take a strong inhale here, coming into your plank and finishing with a vinyasa or a downward facing dog. From here, we will step the right foot between the hands, take a quarter turn so we will be wide leg on our mats. An inhale will lengthen the spine. An exhale, fold deep here into a forward fold. We'll lengthen the spine here, walking toward our left foot, stepping back into a plank, and we'll lower all the way to our mat here, nice and slow. And coming into a locust, our back strengthener. So getting settled on the floor, we'll extend hands down by side, palms up for this one. On an inhale, we'll lift the upper body. We extend through crown of the head here, gaze might be slightly down. Once you feel situated in upper body, lifting the lower body. And breathe in this back strengthener. One more breath here. Lowering down, hand on hand, forehead on your hand. Feel free to shimmy shake out the hips or maybe windshield wiper the legs to let it go. Let the back neutralize. And then rest. Allow this to settle into your body. Everything we've done so far, allow it to incorporate. Knowing that we found some flexion, some extension of our hip flexor, of our iliopsoas muscle. And really begun to activate our second energy center. Whenever you're ready, pressing back to a child's pose. Toes together, knees apart here, sitting back. Arms reaching toward the new top of our mat. Forehead down, maybe. Belly in and reach arms forward. Beautiful. So when you're ready here, making your way into your downward facing dog, and we will even out our sides. It's going to be the left leg coming into the crescent lunge this time. Left leg inhaling up. Stepping foot between the hands. Again, we can drop the back knee. That's always an option. Or we inhale arms up here nice and strong into our crescent. Again, arm options to open into a goddess. Grab an elbow in each hand or find the hands in prayer and drop hands behind. You also have the option here of clasping at the sacrum and opening. Find what's going to work best. Belly in, we lift up and out of lower back, maybe rib cage heading toward our ceiling, finding all of the space. One more breath. And then we'll release any arms here, straightening front leg, arms come up. Coming into your runner's lunge as we inhale the left arm up for the twist. So again, we can have a block underneath the right hand. No matter where we are, make sure the inner thighs are engaged. We're not opening up here with the knee coming out. We're finding these knees, inner thighs squeezing together. Then we start to circle this top arm back and around. Good, nice. Hanging out if you want to hang out somewhere. Finding some mobility in the shoulder. One more breath. And then standing split, we shift weight forward into the left foot as we extend right heel up and out from the hip. Reach. Good. This time, right hip is stacked on top of left. We really extend through the top heel, finding space. Option for balance would be grabbing the ankle with one hand or two. Maybe hands come to heart center. These are just things to play with, but take a moment to feel the hips nice and open here. And then we close into the Kundalini, squeezing right quad into left hamstring, right heel into right hamstring, contract, belly in, maybe hands come to heart center, balancing here. Nice, breathe, good. Feel this contraction. IT man might be talking, I know. And then we inhale, expand here, extension, opening back up. Yay, let that energy release. You have the option here of bending the top leg, finding a half bow here. Maybe if the balance is feeling good, we can reach the left hand back to grab the top foot. This is the opposite hand, the opposite foot, finding some more space in the quad. Beautiful. Release into a standing split. Both hands are down. We lunge the right leg back, plant hands. Left leg is coming up into a 3-point. Yay. Bend the knee to open hip up. And then we'll straighten the leg and come in to that modified side plank by lowering left knee to the floor. So again, we take our toes back a little to create a shelf and then extend our left arm out to open right arm up for this modified side plank. Good, breathe. If you want, you can lift the top leg here, finding a half bow, reaching back, grabbing the top of the foot, kicking into the hand. Nice. Good, one more breath. Good, releasing here, lowering right foot to the floor, finding yourself in a plank. Finishing there with a vinyasa or a downward facing dog. Good, we'll inhale up on the toes, walk, jump, step to the top of the mat. Find some length on the inhale. Exhale, fold. As we inhale, arms above your head. We'll bring hands down to mountain pose by your side. Squeezing shoulders down and back. We'll take hands onto the hips, coming into the eagle, shifting weight into the right foot this time as we cross left knee over top of right in a toe tap or a wrap. It's the left arm underneath of right in a bear hug or an eagle arms. As we find this balance pose here, similar legs to what we were doing on the floor with the Kundalini. As we sit, beautiful. Elbows lift, hands pull away from the face. Shoulders are down, legs squeeze and breathe. With control, we find our stork, bringing left knee up. Transitioning into the opposite stork, sit into chair. As weight shifts into left, right knee comes up. And then we find our dancer. Opening up the right palm, grabbing inside of the right ankle, knees come together. Squeeze. And then maybe start to kick into the hand and reach. Take it to an edge, play around. When you're ready, we're coming back to the stork, nice and controlled. And then we twist open here, left hand grabbing the outside of right knee. Maybe looking back toward the right thumb. Flexing of the right foot helps a lot here. Windmilling down to a runner's lunge. Side plank here, opening up, right hand down, left arm coming up. We have the option of the modified, lowering to the right knee. Find your variation that makes you feel so powerful. Breathe. Make sure you're not dumping into the shoulder of the hand on the floor. One more breath. Coming into plank and pressing to the downward facing dog. Stepping left foot between the hands, we'll take a quarter turn to be wide leg on the mat. Another forward fold here, we'll lengthen, fold, hold for a breath. Lengthen here. We're walking back to the right foot here. Coming into a dragon's lunge, we'll heel toe right foot over. So there are a lot of options. Both of our hands are inside of the right foot. You might stay right here, or you might drop the back knee. You have the option of coming onto some blocks, maybe bringing forearms down on blocks. You have the option here, if you have the space, to bend the back leg and open here. But listen to body, listen to the knee. You should be above the knee on the back, not directly on top of the kneecap here. This is a really great hip flexor opener here, especially bending the back knee. One more breath.
We'll bring everything back to center and then begin to heel toe the right foot over. The right foot is going to come over here to the left wrist, and we lower the shin to the floor. This is a pigeon on the front. If this is too much on the knee, don't worry about it. Come into a seated. You would take right ankle onto the left knee. This is beautiful. If you have any other variation, take it. Otherwise, we are here in our pigeon on the ground. An inhale will lift you tall, and an exhale will fold you forward, maybe onto the forearms. A block underneath the chest feels good. A block underneath the head can feel good. A block underneath the back hip. But you really want to think about this right knee outside of the right shoulder. Protect the knee. We'll take 2 breaths. Begin to press the upper body up here. We'll tuck the back toes to press us into a downward facing dog. You might extend the right leg up and maybe take some circles, finding space in the hip. And then we'll extend the left leg up, stepping left foot outside of the left hand, coming into dragons on this side. So again, sides are different. So find the best variation on this side. Maybe you drop the back knee, maybe you don't. Maybe you come down onto the forearms, finding space in the hips. Maybe you bend the back leg. This is a good example. This side on me doesn't feel so great when I bend the back leg. Good, we'll take a couple more breaths. And whatever variation feels really good for you today. We'll press the upper body up here. Start to heel toe left foot over to the right to find your pigeon. So it would be left ankle will be in line with the right wrist. Left knee is in line with the left wrist. Again, seated if that is more comfortable. Lengthen on an inhale and begin to fold here. Hips face the mat. Block underneath the chest, underneath the head, underneath the back hip. Just options, things to help you feel really good. One more breath. We'll walk the hands back up here. Go ahead and tuck the back toes to find the last downward dog of this class. Maybe any circles in the hip. Maybe you pedal heels. Find something that feels good. You could always take another vinyasa here if you really, really want to. But when you're ready, we're going to come into the plank and lower all the way to the floor. And find our front body opener here. So you have the option of another back strengthener instead, another locust. But we've opened shoulders, we've opened the hips. Coming into a bow is a really great option here, especially to find some stretching here for that iliopsoas. So in a bow, bend the knees. We're going to grab the outside of the feet this time. So just like in bridge at the beginning, you engage inner thighs. Feel free to place a block there if that would help you. But whenever you're ready, we start to kick into the hands. Opening the chest, it will be maybe a little shallow breathing. We might start to rock a little, massaging the belly with the breath. And one more breath. We lower here, hand on hand, forehead on the hand. Shimmy, shake the hips or windshield wiper the legs. And from here, we'll transition onto the back by pressing into a tabletop, crossing the ankles, having a seat, taking the time to grab behind the knees and roll back. Knees will be in the chest. Happy baby here. We'll reach on the inside of the knees, grab the outside of our feet. So there are ways to play in happy baby. You could bring your feet together in more of a butterfly. You can extend one leg at a time, feels kind of nice. You can rock, that feels kind of nice. But we're pulling our knees outside of our shoulders. This is going to be our inversion for today. Our feet are above our heart, but it's also our inner thigh adductor opener. We'll take one more breath. Bringing knees into the chest. Extend left leg long, right knee is in the chest. Extend through the left heel. This time we'll take the right knee across the body. Right arm will extend out. We might look toward our right hand. Coming back to center, giving the knee a squeeze. Releasing here. Left knee is coming in when you're ready. A little squeeze and extending through the right heel. And when you're ready, we'll take the left knee across the body. Good. And we'll come back to center, bringing right knee to meet the left and a big squeeze here. Bring forehead up to knees, hugging your body, sending some gratitude to every cell in your body, thanking yourself, thanking your body. This huge squeeze of self-acceptance, of self-love, and then releasing here into your rest pose. This rest pose, most important part of class. Allowing yourself this time to let the practice settle in. I thank you so much for practicing with me today, for opening the hip space. I'll leave you in silence for 5 minutes, and then a gong will go off. Once the gong goes off, take your time, awakening the body, awakening yourself, and coming back to your day. You guys are beautiful. Namaste.